Okay, everybody, today I'm going to be going through this build kind of quickly. This is basically the same build that you've seen me do, well, twice now. Same processor, um, basically same RAM, Samsung SSD, the 850 EVO 250 gig. The different parts are this Gigabyte motherboard, the 500M power supply from Corsair, it's semi-modular, and the graphics cards, the 750 Ti. And this is a really good graphics card for what it is. You know, it's a little over $100, you know, $110, $115, and it will pretty much play any game out there. Not at max settings. You will have to turn the settings down, but this computer right here is going to be more of a video editing, not really workstation, but sort of type of build here. This particular build is for a subscriber that ordered all of these parts and had them shipped to me to build. So this build is a little bit different in the fact that I'm not out of pocket any of these parts, and I don't have to wait to sell the computer. Also with that, I will not keep any of the extra components. All of the boxes and bags and everything will get broken down and shipped right along with the computer because the customer paid for it. So they should get everything they paid for. This case is a Corsair 200R. It has no side window. It's not going to have any LED lights in it or anything like that. This computer is basically all business. I mean, it looks really elegant and sleek. You know, there's nothing fancy about it. It's just a nice, sleek looking case, and it's very heavy. This case alone weighs 16 pounds. So that's probably the heaviest mid-tower case I've ever built in. But that's good. That'll mean it's sturdy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and run through this build. I'm not going to video the build. What I will do is just update as I go along, because I'm sure the guy that is having me build this computer would like to see it come together. But I seem to have misplaced my tripod, so filming the entire thing is not really going to be possible today. But I will update as the build progresses. Okay, so basically from this point on in the video, I will be talking to the person who actually bought this stuff and is receiving this computer. So here I'm just kind of showing the motherboard is prepped. I'm going to go ahead and put the CPU cooler on before I install the motherboard into the case. But I just want the owner of this computer to be able to see their stuff go in. I don't know if I mentioned it before or not, but that's 16 gigs of RAM, CAS latency 9, 1866 megahertz. And I know in the other builds, the RAM went in the slots closest to the CPU, and then, you know, so it would have been like the black slots. But on this motherboard, it's different. The DIMM slot 1 is the one all the way out here at the end. And the manual did say to use slots 1 and 2. So the gray slots. So that way our dual channel will work with no issues. So anyway, there she is so far, and I'll go ahead and put the cooler on and get it put down in the case. Okay, so here's an idea of kind of what it's looking like. There's all your back I/O connectors and everything's in. I just wanted to point out real quick, these metal standoffs over here off to the side, just leave those be. They're not going to interfere with anything, and I don't think that they're removable. So you can obviously see the board doesn't touch them. They won't hurt anything. Just leave them be. And also there's a hole right here in this motherboard where there is no standoff option on the case. So if you happen to see those two things, you know, don't be alarmed. It's normal. But anyway, she's coming together, so that's what we've got so far. Okay, so here I am with the power supply in. I've started to run some of the cabling. There's the 8-pin CPU power there and 24-pin. I know that rainbow color looks kind of ugly, but you know, this is not a side panel window case, and also it just can't be helped. That's just what the power supply comes with. So, but it does not affect performance in any way. That's just an aesthetic thing. I want to show you real quick how hard drives go into this case, because it's very easy. So there's your SATA connector end. I'm going to put it in the top slot here. I'm just going to kind of line it up. Let me switch hands. Hopefully you can see that. That's it. So that drive is in. It just snaps in with that little handle right there. To take it out, you just lift that up. And I will be putting an extra screw right here because it is going to be shipped. And I also will be putting extra screws in the SSD. So here's the awesome Samsung SSD 850 EVO 250 gig. So there's your SATA connectors, and we're going to want those pointing to the inside of the computer. I'm going to put this SSD in the bottom slot right here. And it basically works the same way. That's it. You've got room for 3 more SSDs and 3 more hard drives. So there we are. I'll have to get this sucker all wired up and make it as neat and tidy as I can, and we'll be back. Okay, so we're just about done here. I do still need to install the graphics card that's sitting over there. I just wanted you to be able to see, without the graphics card in the way, what the cable management and everything looks like. So it's a little jumbled up down here, but you know, that really cannot be helped. Let me turn it around here. And there's our back. I think that's probably one of the neatest cable management jobs on the back side that I've ever done. Alright, so I'll go ahead and install the graphics card, and then we'll be done. Both fans are hooked up. All drives are hooked up. Everything's ready to go. Okay, so there's your graphics card, because you won't be able to see that part once I install it. So it's a small card, but it's powerful. Alright, so there's your finished computer. Came out pretty nice, I think. There's your graphics card. And I know I said that I didn't want to ship it with the graphics card in there. I didn't realize it was like a shorter 7-inch graphics graphics card, that being smaller like that, it'll ship just fine. So I will go ahead and ship the computer in a fully assembled state. So all you'll have to do is take it out of the box, plug it in, and turn it on. You'll be ready to go. Okay, so I'm going to throw everything that's shipping with the computer in this motherboard box. Instead of trying to do something with that power supply box, because it's big and thick and everything, I will cut the barcode information and serial number information and all that stuff off the box, and include all that stuff in here for your warranty and rebate and all that kind of stuff. So you'll be covered on that. Basically everything that the components came with, this little DVI VGA adapter. You got some big, obnoxiously sized stickers here. A huge poster, which I haven't even opened, but I won't. Okay, here's your CPU container in case you have to ever send your CPU back, which you won't have to, but there it is anyway. Whole bunch of case stickers down in there. It's up to you if you want to put the case stickers on or not. This one's actually, the graphics card one is actually metal. But anyway, there's all that. And here's your extra slot covers for your graphics card slots if you ever change it. And you'll notice this graphics card does not take external power. It gets all of its power from the PCI Express slot. So here's some extra power supply cables. You know, you've got some Molex power connectors if you need that. There's your another SATA power cable in case you add some more drives or something that needs SATA power. And then here's a cable for your graphics card if you ever plan on installing one of those that actually requires the external power. But so all that will go in your box here. I will leave the power cord out because I need it, but all the rest of this can go in the box. All of your wonderful stickers and fun things. Now this came with the SSD. It's just like a little carrying case for an SSD. I don't have any use for it, and you paid for it, so there you go. And here's some warranty information for the power supply. There's a little info booklet for the CPU. All kinds of manuals there. And then, like I said, I'll go ahead and cut off the barcodes and stuff off these boxes, because, I mean, that would be hard to kind of flatten down. So anyway, you'll have all the information you need for your warranty registration and stuff right in there. Also for your rebates and stuff will also be right in that box. But for now, I'm going to button this all back up and take it home, and hopefully when I get there I've got an email with the Windows Pro key. Hopefully. Okay. This will end this video. Like I said, this is the first computer that someone has requested me to build. And I actually like doing it this way a lot better than trying to sell one afterwards and be into it with my own money. But we all start somewhere, and we're continuing to make a little money on this endeavor, so we'll just keep right on going.